Jackson. I'm the Animal Care Supervisor, Equine and Farm Animal Adoption Center here at MSPCA at Nevins Farm. Today we're going to talk a little bit about poultry health. So this is Guy. He's a little Millie Fleur. He's available for adoption, so he's going to be my assistant today. So first of all, we'll talk about the lifespan of the chickens. They can live anywhere from 8 to 10 years, so you'll be making that kind of commitment to them. Next, chickens are flock animals, so you want to inspect them very closely every day. A flock animal, if it shows any signs of weakness, we usually will get ostracized from the flock or it'll get pecked on. So that's the last thing they want to do, and they're going to hide their illnesses very well. So look for subtle changes. So when you see a bird, you want to look at the comb, the wattles. You want to make sure that these are bright red. You want to check their nose, their nostrils. You want to make sure they're clean and not runny. You want to check their eyes. Are they bright? Are they clear? Or are they half closed or runny? Also, you want to look at the feathers. You want to make sure that they're smooth to the body. You want to make sure that they're shiny. Also, you want to check the feet, which is going to be difficult on Guy here because he's got so many feathers. But they have scales on their feet, and you want to make sure those scales are laying flat. Any problems with the eyes or the nose, paleness in the comb, or like a ratty appearance, usually indicates there's some sort of problem, maybe a parasite or some sort of disease going on. So it's always good to keep an close eye on your birds for any subtle changes. Also, you want to keep an eye on how much food they're eating, their appetite. Also, you'll want to check their droppings and make sure there's no blood or diarrhea. A lot of people ask, do my chickens need vaccinations? And the answer to that is usually no. When you order chicks from a commercial hatchery, they're usually vaccinated at day 1, so you don't have to vaccinate them again. Also too, if you are using your chickens for exhibition or taking them to poultry fairs, you may need to vaccinate. It's kind of whatever the fairgrounds recommend. So typically just a backyard setting, you don't need to vaccinate. Another good thing to keep in mind is deworming. Your chickens are going to pick up parasites, internal parasites. They're in the environment all the time, so it's a very natural thing. The problem is when things get out of balance, when their digestion is out of balance and the parasites start to overrun the show. So there are a couple of different methods that people use to deworm. One is a more natural method, and the other is a more chemical method. Natural methods are typically people will put apple cider vinegar in the chicken's water. They'll put diatomaceous earth in the food. Sometimes even pumpkins and pumpkin seeds have deworming properties, so they'll feed them those veggies. So what this does is, what I found is the natural process, the natural dewormers keep the digestive system in balance. It supports the chicken's digestion. So when everything's in balance, usually the parasites can't take over, not a problem. The chemical method, there are a couple of chemical dewormers on the market. One of the main ones is a piperazine or a wazine. That's a very broad spectrum general dewormer. That's usually in the water. I always caution people to follow the directions exactly. You can overdose them, and you can kill your birds if you don't follow the directions exactly. So those will usually take care of some of the more common intestinal parasites. The best deworming protocol that I can come up with is take a fecal sample to your veterinarian and have them run a fecal flow. And what that'll do is it'll show A, if your bird needs to be dewormed, and B, it'll specifically tell you what dewormer to use. So that's going to be your best bet. I know it takes a little bit more effort, but in the long run it's going to be more beneficial. Another good resource is the Mass Department of Agricultural Resources. You can check them out online. We have a poultry inspector that comes here and tests all of our birds for avian influenza and pullurum. It's free, which is awesome, and you can just set that up if that's a concern of yours. It helps the state of Massachusetts transport poultry more easily through other states. So check it out. They also are a great resource for biosecurity practices, for disease prevention, and also for best management practices. So that's all I have. I hope this empowers you to kind of watch your chickens and to be able to diagnose them or see if there's something wrong, and maybe seek out some help and keep your chickens happy. Here's to a happy flock.